Listen, if you haven't flown in the last 6 months, you are walking into a different world. The days of the friendly gate agent glancing at your slightly overstead bag and giving you a wink and a nod, those days are gone. They are extinct. If your carry-on is even a fraction of an inch over, the airports of 2026 do not negotiate. We aren't dealing with people anymore. We are dealing with lasers. A machine measures your bag in real time. And let me tell you, it is not judging the fabric or the color. It is judging the full bounding box. That means if a wheel is crooked, if a handle doesn't sit perfectly flush, or if a zipper pull is sticking out the wrong way, you are getting flagged. So the question you need to ask yourself isn't, will this squeeze into the overhead bin? The question is, will the automated scanner give me a green light, or is it going to flash red and cost me $100? In this video, I am going to walk you through the 12 new rules, the hidden traps, and the crucial loopholes that matter right now. I don't want you learning these lessons at the boarding gate with a penalty tag in your hand and a line of angry passengers behind you. Let's get into it. Let's start with the most common mistake I see seniors making. You bought a new suitcase. Music. It was marketed as versatile. It has that little expansion zipper that adds an inch or two of depth. You figure, hey, I'll unzip it to pack, and if the gate agent gives me a hard time, I'll just squeeze it shut right there at the podium. Hold up, stop right there. In 2026, that extra zipper isn't a feature. It is a target. Here is what's actually happening on the ground. Gate agents are trained to profile bags before you even get close to the sizer. They are scanning the line for visual cues. What are they looking for? They are looking for the expansion track, that exposed strip of fabric that shows your bag is in fat mode. They are looking for stuffed outside pockets that make the bag look lopsided. They are looking for that telltale dome shape on the top panel. Soft-sided bags, the ones we all love because they are lightweight, get targeted way more often than hard shells. Why? Because they look guilty. They look like they are bulging, even if they can technically compress. Picture this scenario. You are standing in line. Your bag actually fits the dimensions if it's empty, but you have shoved a travel pillow in the front pocket. The agent spots the bulge. They pull you out of line. Now you are flustered trying to unzip and rearrange things while boarding is happening. You lose. To avoid this nightmare, treat that expansion zipper as a one-way trap. Keep it sealed. If you are packing, pretend that zipper doesn't exist. Keep your front pockets flat. Put nothing in them, but maybe a sheet of paper. Move your lumpy items to your personal item. If the bag looks like it needs a second zipper to hold it shut, the automated system assumes you are over the limit. Streamline the profile of the bag. Make it look boring. Make it look thin. Now let's talk about the single most important loophole for seniors. And I am shocked at how many people don't use this. The airlines have moved to a strict 2-item limit. 1 carry-on, 1 personal item. Anything else is a fee. But if you travel with temperature-sensitive medication, insulin, arthritis, injectables, anything that needs to stay stable, you are playing by a different rule book. The rule is actually on your side here. A dedicated medical cooler bag for medications and supplies qualifies as an exempt medical bag under federal protections. This means it does not count as your carry-on, and it does not count as your personal item. It is a free third bag. But, and this is a huge but, it has to be strictly medical. Imagine this. You get to the gate with a roller bag, a backpack, and a small cooler. The agent tries to stop you. You calmly say, "This is medical equipment only." They can't charge you. However, do not ruin this by getting lazy. I see people throw a sandwich, a phone charger, or a paperback book into their medical cooler because there was extra space. The second you mix non-medical items in there, it loses its exempt status. Now it's just a third bag, and now you are paying. The strategy is simple. Buy a specific insulated bag. Label it medical with a luggage tag. Inside, keep your meds, your cold packs, and maybe a copy of your prescription or a doctor's note right on top. Keep it pure. If you do that, you have just gained a massive amount of extra storage space for the things that actually keep you healthy without sacrificing space for your clothes. You did everything right. You measured your bag at home. You followed the website's dimensions perfectly, then boarding starts, and before you even scan your ticket, they slap a gate check tag on your bag and tell you to leave it on the jet bridge. You feel cheated. You feel like you followed the rules and they broke them. Welcome to the world of regional jets. This is a trap that catches savvy travelers every day. You booked a ticket on a major airline, let's say Big Airline American. But if you look at the fine print, one leg of that trip is operated by Regional SkyWest or something similar. You are going to be on a CRJ or an ERJ aircraft. These planes are a different species. The overhead bins are physically shorter and shallower. The curvature of the fuselage is tighter. The aisle is so narrow that a standard 22-in roller bag literally cannot turn sideways to wheel down to your seat. It turns into a traffic jam. So even a perfectly compliant carry-on gets rejected. It's not about policy, it's about physics. You have to play detective before you pack. Check your reservation. Look for the aircraft type. If you see CRJ, ERJ, or E175, assume your roller bag is not coming in the cabin with you. Pack like separation is inevitable. Keep your absolute essentials, your wallet, your passport, your keys, and specifically your lithium batteries in your personal item, your backpack or tote. When they force you to gate check the roller, you want to be able to hand it over in 2 seconds without digging through it on the tarmac to find your medication. Be ready to separate. I keep hearing this rumor. Oh, the airport got those new fancy CT scanners, so I don't need to take my liquids out anymore. I can just throw a full bottle of shampoo in my bag. That is a dangerous assumption. Yes, scanner technology is improving, but checkpoint rules feel random on purpose. You might walk through lane 1 and the agent waves you through with everything inside your bag. But then you catch a connecting flight, or you fly back home, and lane 2 wants every single bottle out, lined up in a single quart bag and re-screened. The 311 rule, music 3.4 Oz, 1 quart bag, 1 per person, is still the official policy. It is still enforced heavily depending on the airport, the specific threat level that day, or, frankly, the mood of the supervisor on duty. It plays out like this. You buried your toiletries deep inside your carry-on because you thought the new scanners handled it. Now, the agent screams, "Liquids out." You are that person holding up the line, unzipping your perfectly packed bag, exploding your underwear all over the stainless steel table just to find your toothpaste. Don't listen to the gossip. Keep your liquids in a clear quart-sized bag anyway. Keep it right at the top of your personal item or in an easy access front pocket. If they say leave it in, great. You saved 0 time. But if they say take it out, you are ready in 2 seconds. Also, a pro tip for seniors, declare medically necessary liquids up front. If you have liquid medication that is over 3.4 Oz, or if you use gel ice packs for your knees or back, those are allowed, but only if you pull them out and say, "I am declaring these as medically necessary." Do not let the machine find them first. Let's talk about a nightmare scenario. You get to the front of the security line, you reach for your wallet, you hand over your driver's license. The TSA agent looks at it, looks at you, and says, "This expired 3 months ago." Or maybe you brought the wrong ID, or maybe you lost your wallet in the Uber on the way to the terminal. In the old world, you would plead with a human. You'd show a credit card, maybe a Costco card, and they would verify you manually. In 2026, you just stall out. The line keeps moving around you. Screening is timed now. Throughput is tracked. They don't have time for your sob story. Seniors get hit with this often because of old documents or name mismatches. There is a service called Confirm ID. It is essentially a paid identity verification option right there at the checkpoint. It's not cheap. It's usually around $45, but it can keep your trip alive for a limited window when you don't have compliant documents. Think of it as emergency insurance. It is verification, not a free pass. You verify your identity through alternative data questions. Know this exists, but try never to use it. Prevent the problem. Carry a passport card or your actual passport as a backup to your driver's license. Keep a digital photo of your ID on your phone. It won't get you through security, but it helps with the verification process if you do lose the hard copy. But if you are truly stuck, ask for the paid verification option immediately rather than arguing in missing your flight. For 20 years, close enough was good enough. You nudged the bag into the metal sizing box. It stuck out a little bit. You gave the agent a nice smile. You walked on board. Automated sizers, the new laser scanning stations, do not have feelings. They do not do vibes. They read a bounding box in real time. That means they create a virtual 3D box around your luggage. They count the parts you always forget. The wheels that flare out wider than the case itself. The handle that won't push down all the way. The side handle that is made of thick rubber. If any point of your bag sticks past the published limit, the light turns red. The pass-fail logic is brutal. The scanner reads the outermost edges, not the marketing dimensions listed on Amazon or the luggage tag. You have to measure at home, but you have to measure like a pessimist. Stand your bag up against a wall, put a book against the wheels, put another book against the handle. Measure the distance between the books. That is your true height. The kill zone is usually 22 by 4x9 in. If your wheels make it 22.5 in, you fail. If your handle makes it 23 in, you fail. Size your bag based on the hardware, not the fabric. I see this all the time. You have been flying with the same airline for 30 years. You have gold status. You have platinum status. You have the credit card that gives you priority boarding. You assume that status protects you from the carry-on police. You figure, I'm a frequent flyer. They are going to harass me over a puffy bag. Think again. In 2026, compliance is being audited. The process is built to be repeatable and unbiased. That means agents have less room to let it slide because the decision isn't really theirs once the system flags the bag. If the scanner says check it and they let you go, they get flagged. Airlines separate your perks from safety and space limits. Status moves you up the boarding line. It gets you a better seat. It does not change the laws of physics inside the overhead bin. In fact, status can backfire. Frequent flyers tend to carry more gear. We get arrogant. We think we know the system, so we pack heavier. Board early, yes. Use your priority status to get bin space, but stay compliant. Do not use your status as an excuse to push the limits. Status buys you comfort. It does not buy you exceptions to the sizer. We spend so much time obsessing over inches. 22 in tall, 14 in wide that we forget about gravity. If you are flying internationally or even on some domestic budget carriers, the first thing they care about isn't size, it's weight. And they do this with zero warning. This is where seniors often get trapped, the combined limit. They don't just weigh your carry-on roller. They make you put your roller and your personal item, your heavy purse, your backpack on the scale at the same time. The limit can be as low as 7 kg. That's about 15 lb or 10 kg, 22 lb for everything. Think about what you pack. Meds, liquid toiletries, chargers, a laptop or iPad, maybe a pair of orthopedic shoes. Those items are dense. You can hit 10 kg fast. Weight checks can happen at check-in. They can happen at the gate, or they can be a random spot check right before you step on the bridge. A bag can fit perfectly in the sizer and still get rejected because it is too heavy for the bin rating. If you are close to the limit, shift your dense items. Take the heaviest stuff, batteries, chargers, and put them in your pockets. Wear your heaviest coat. Wear your boots. Don't pack them. Size gets you past the scanner, but weight is what gets you past the agent holding the scale. Weigh your bag at home with a handheld luggage scale. Don't guess. Why does this matter so much? Why am I stressing you out about this? Because the gate is the single most expensive place in the world to find out you packed wrong. Airlines price these bag fees dynamically to train you. If you pay for a bag online 3 days before your flight, it might be $35. If you pay at the check-in counter, it's $50. But if you get flagged at the boarding gate, you are paying the gate check penalty. That can be $75, $80, or even $100 depending on the airline. And you are paying it under duress. There is a clock ticking. The flight is closing. There are people behind you sighing. You are flustered. And then there are the hidden costs. When they take your bag at the gate, you lose access to your stuff. If you have a tight connection, that bag might not make it. Save yourself the stress by keeping a must-stay pouch in your personal item. If they take your bag, you shouldn't have to rummage. You just hand it over. But more importantly, buy the carry-on allowance you need ahead of time. If you are on the fence, pay the $35 online. Don't gamble $100 at the gate. Smart Luggage sounds like such a win for seniors. It has a built-in charger for your phone. It has a GPS tracker. It's great until you try to board the plane. Airlines treat lithium batteries as hazardous materials, safety items, not convenience items. The hard rule is this: if your bag has a battery, a power bank, it must be removable. If you have a bag where the battery is sewn in or sealed behind a panel that you cannot open, that bag is not flying. They will refuse it in the cabin because it might be too heavy, but they will also refuse to put it in the cargo hold because of the fire risk. You are now standing at the gate with a bag that cannot go anywhere. This happens fast. The boarding line is moving, and suddenly you are in an argument about milliamps. Before you buy Smart Luggage, confirm that the battery pops out with a simple click. When you pack, keep the capacity marking on the battery visible. If you carry spare batteries for hearing aids or cameras, sleeve them in plastic or put tape over the ends so they don't short out. And never, ever bury a power bank deep in a checked bag. Let's talk about your personal item. It started as a small purse or a laptop bag, but over the years it has crept up in size. Now for many of us, the personal item is a full-blown backpacking rucksack. It's the catch-all for the headphones, the snacks, the sweater, the paperwork, the second pair of shoes. Airlines have cracked down on bag creep because it wrecks the boarding flow. If your backpack looks stuffed, it gets measured. Now you are doing the sizer dance twice. The rule is under seat. That means fully under the seat in front of you, not jammed halfway out where your feet are supposed to be, not spilling into the aisle. The usual fails are stiff backpacks that won't flatten, thick tech compartments that bulge out, and this is a big one, jackets clipped to the outside of the bag. That jacket counts as the bag's dimensions. Switch to a compressible backpack. Avoid the rigid turtle shell style bags. Use one flat tech pouch, no danglers. And if you are carrying a purse, put the purse inside the backpack before you get to the gate. If you walk up with a roller, a backpack, and a purse, you are flagged immediately. Consolidate to 2 items before you are in their line of sight. I want to close with this because it's the shift in mindset you need to have. The old airport hack was simple. Be polite. Smile. Look a little worn out. Hope the gate agent takes pity on you and lets the slightly oversized bag slide. That era is fading. Enforcement now leaves a digital trail. When a scanner flags a bag, the system logs it. The fee path is standardized. Internal reviews make just this once very hard for an employee to justify. Even if the agent wants to help you, even if they agree you are being reasonable, the system might not let them override the block without a manager's code. The interaction turns binary. Pass or pay. The new playbook is simple. Don't argue the vibe. Solve the problem. Keep a packable, foldable tote bag inside your personal item. If they say your roller is too heavy or too full, you can instantly unzip it, pull out your coat or your shoes, shove them in the tote, and measure. You need to be able to redistribute your weight and bulk in seconds. 2026 carry-on enforcement is built for pass-fail scanning. That means your best defense is margin, not luck. You need to buy and pack like the sizer is looking for a reason to fail you because it is. Your two biggest escape tools are still real. Keep a properly separated medical cooler or medical bag that is truly medical only, and you stay inside federal protections. And if your ID goes sideways, remember that Confirm ID is the paid last resort option that can keep you moving when you'd otherwise be stuck. I want to hear from you. Comment below with your airline and your aircraft type, and I'll help you risk check your setup. Don't forget to subscribe for my full 2026 packing list. Safe travels and watch those corners.